actually. Why is it there and not? It irritates me how it's not in the center. Never mind the question you've just asked. Why is it there? Why is it there? It could be right underneath where time is. Right, or it looks like it could be almost between time and is, but you decided to place it right there, in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. And I can't even answer the question, fam. Does anyone really, truly know? Oh, it's a metaphorical, rhetorical situation. Sorry. I may have acted up a bit there. Of course they don't. Nobody knows anything. I certainly don't know things. You and I don't even know each other. We're like strangers or something. I know. Sure, I've adjusted all of the game's settings to your exact specifications, but who hasn't? Well, everyone, actually. You're the only one who has. If it wasn't you, it'd be me, and then that would be it. Nobody else would. It's just what I do. Like a day job. I mean, sure. But I like to think of it as a favor among friends, you know? We've been playing this long enough now that I'd like to consider us more than just acquaintances, you know? What are we, like 6, 7 episodes in, maybe? And now, the job is over. Does it have to be? I'm probably going to play this for another 2 or 3 episodes because there's a lot to do. There's no information for me to gather. I've collected all the data on you that I can. I doubt that somehow. And I still don't really know you. And you don't know me. And neither of us know what time it is. I guess some settings are just unsettable. But if I'm being totally honest, the clock doesn't do anything in the game anyways. I know! It's not even correct half of the time! You won't have me here when the game starts next time. But that's okay. What? Wait, really? Why? Legit? Why? What? We've grown. What did I just say? We've grown. We've built something here. What? You're leaving me? What the fuck? I'm actually annoyed. No, video games were meant to be played alone. No. Well, yeah, but no. You like being alone, don't you? I do like me time. I do like me time. I do like being alone. That's maybe the only information I really learned about you. Wildly true, actually. Well, it's time for me to leave. I guess so. There is still one more setting that we need to adjust, but it may take a little time before I'm ready for that. Dare I ask what it is? It's not really in my job description, but that's okay. Going above and beyond for the customer. I can appreciate that. Perhaps you'll see me again. If you can find me. Talk soon. Ciao, I guess. Welcome back to the Stanley parable. I have had confirmation from very reliable sources down below that I was in fact on the wrong desk. Actually, before I get into that, I want to say thank you for the get well soon wishes. I'm not really sick, like I'm not like bedridden and shit. But I'm still, as you can probably hear, I'm still a little bit congested, but I was more so like last week, and it was just nice. You know, I appreciate that. It was just nice. I just wanted to say thanks. You know, wishing me well and stuff. Ah, shucks. Anyways, if I'm not mistaken,
no matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Was it? It wasn't. It was maybe it's which. Ah, shit. Am I gonna have to pull up the comments to see which? I'm pretty sure it was this one. Cause yeah.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office,
excited for us.
but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
I'm certain that you guys were telling me it was this desk here, right? Or these 2 desks. Was it? I don't want to fall off. I can't. But I'm tapping everything. Oh. I feel like If anything were to happen, it would be right now. Nothing is... This is the right desk, right? This is... I'm pretty sure it's the... Computers... The phone, the cup...
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Come on, man. I didn't even find it was on the desk. And then I was just like, okay, what are the off chance? I'll poke the window and oh, fuck, I fell through. No, I'm not sick of this fucking gag. Fuck you.
Then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question.
Go on.
What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one?
I don't even know the
Imagine
question
if you had
anymore.
selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones.
I am.
Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
No. I can't click on no. Okay. Can I just, what if I just go, I can't just know? This is, okay, so this is it. Okay, alright. This is the whole room. Nice. Okay, cool. Alright. Are we just, okay. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was this close to just getting off the desk and saying, this is taking too long, I don't know what I need to do. But, lucky for me, I poked the window, right? For fuck's sake. Alright, I guess I should really just begin the game again. Okay. Alright, well, I'm glad we nipped that in the bud. I am going to do it again because I am a menace and I am curious.
Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet? Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just restart the game any old time you want. Like, right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit.
What about
Any
now?
of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain. There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, You too will become quite unbearable. You too will become quite unbearable.
Oh, again. Oh, is it just guitar? I think I'd like a turn at this poetry thing.
There once was a fellow named Narrator, who deep down to Stanley was a hater. He got awful jealous of the control Stanley cherished, and so he decided to say, "See you later."
No, not again.
In a strop, he would often leave, and to Stanley, he would often tease. 'Cause Stanley didn't obey and got his own way, and that made the narrator quite peeved. And that made the narrator quite peeved. Or it made him really peeved?
I wish this game had a microphone where he could respond to me, because I reckon me and him, like that. You know what I mean? How could we, how could we not? After that, we just bonded. That's like 10 out of 10 bonding session right there. Apparently, not apparently, but I've missed quite a lot in the new content section, so we're going to go back, I think. I can't believe it's that simple. Something in my brain is telling me that this is a trap. But, I mean, you know, look how happy he is. He's got a trophy, so, you know. If Stanley's happy, then goddammit, I will be happy. Get yours right now. Pull the lever. Receive your new trophy. No more steps. It just works.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull... Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the trophy is still fully broken. But I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Is there a thing where I have to pull this lever like 100 times for it to work? Is it legit just a broken trophy, or is there actually a way to comment section? Come on, Ned, tell the truth. Is there a way that I can get that trophy? If I would just want pure honesty. I want to be able to get this trophy. If I have to push this lever, or pull it, should I say, 100 fucking times, I will. But if there's another way around that, you wanna tell me? Because I'm all ears. Just let me know. Let me know. It wasn't a trap, but it definitely was false advertising, narrator.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Oh, the jump circle? I mean, we have seen this one, but
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well.
I'm on board.
Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle? Oh well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Right, didn't know I had limited jumps in the game, but good to know, mate. Good to know. Gift shop is still open, no, right? Right? I wonder if that's actually... Can you find them? 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 Collect them all. Whoa. Pokemon?
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Ah! Shiny. Does this actually exist in the This just makes it more epic. Look at it. It's, oh man, it's an ancient artifact of greatness. Look at it. See how many have come before and failed to get it, and it's right here. What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
What about us magpie people who enjoy collecting things, sir? You didn't think about those people, did you? Not for 1 second. No. You were just too self-absorbed in your, oh no, I want to do video games differently because I've got a fancy
Have you
voice.
seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Was that it? Or was there more? Did I see everything? Did I oh, I need to get the bucket. Alright, I think I've got everything I need. If this bucket was filled with popcorn or even popcorn chicken or popcorn and popcorn chicken, it would be the absolute tits. But, you know, alas, we carry on. We have the bucket. I don't think there's much more that we need. Whoa.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay, are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game.
And bucket.
Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up.
I'll leave you to it. I'll even close my eyes.
Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh. So you're telling me we got the Stanley Parable 2 before GTA 6? Are you fucking crazy?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Alright,
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
bucket!
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Surely
no one
no.
had showed up to give
Balloons!
him instructions, call a meeting, or even say high. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
And popped all of the balloons. Are we able to pop
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Happy
No
12th
matter how
birthday,
hard
step
Stanley
niece.
looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oh. Okay. Alright. Okay, so we can't pop the balloons. But we have them. That... Oh, the bucket!
Stanley picked up the bucket.
He did. And now he feels invincible. But now what? Be my Valentine? And Valentine's Day is just round the corner as well. What are you doing there, little boy? Just minding his own business, I guess. Somewhat more charismatic with this here bucket, and I don't
Stanley
know.
pressed the bucket upon every little thing in the office. Nothing responded to the bucket's touch,
Because
but it did little
nothing
to
can.
discourage Stanley's belief in the magic of the bucket.
Ooh, the magic of the bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
But as always, he's rebellious, and the bucket's powering
This was
that.
not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
That's what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was
As
this
always.
better than the meeting room?
It was.
Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
What if I die with the bucket in my hand?
Good.
The bucket
Said
save
the
me?
bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him.
Wait.
And he unthinking. But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
It is. Why does this feel different? What have you done to my meeting room? To my... What?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
What was that? That was change. I don't like change. In a game that is entirely change. I didn't like that. What was that?
Said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Oh. I love you, Bucket. In case anything goes wrong, I love you.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines.
Yes!
Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I
You
tried.
really can't!
So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
This and the bucket. You just, like I said, just put some popcorn chicken in there, and it's a dream come true. But from a physics standpoint, not that this game has much of a physics standpoint to stand on anyways, but how are these planks being held up, narrator? Narrator? You know what? Don't worry, I don't need to know that. What's this way? This is dark and ominous and spooky and... Well, this is... new. Good thing I've got my bucket of confidence, right? Right? Oh god, what the fuck is this? Why is this? Narrator? Why do I feel like I'm gonna pass out and then wake up with my kidneys removed?
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
I paused the game to adjust my camera and the lighting because it keeps blurring. The sequel is now paused. What happened? What was that? Gumbarata? What? Where's my bucket?
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
The
The
bucket.
confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Nothing else matters but the bucket.
On his left,
Let's actually do this time. Let's do this. Because figurines await, and I will find them all. I've come to the right place. Trust the completionist instinct. I will. What we know, small floating objects have appeared across the office. We have to synergize our resources to ensure their retrieval. We will find them. Maybe we are the collectibles. Shut the frick up! Couldn't agree with you more. There will be a reward for finding them all. I knew it. says lies, but I believe it! Stop kidding yourselves. I want them so much. Okay, mission status. Inside of a sequel exhibit. A large room, lot of boxes, stairs. Something to do with stairs. Somewhere both red and blue. Nearby a fireplace. A private but smelly place for an important person. My bedroom? Why are you now opened?
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years.
I'm getting there.
Let him have it.
I made love to the bucket, and you haven't.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all.
Let's
Here
do
we
it.
go. There. Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things. All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see? I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker. You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
Okay. I was actually just gonna give the bucket back. If I can. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
What would happen if I complete the game with the bucket in hand? What message do we have? What does that say? Executive bathroom.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, There really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that.
I like all three of them.
Stanlerine under your belt.
Stanlerines. Fuck yeah. I love collecting these things. I love it. Oh, wait, what's around here? Oh, I see. Is that, oh, that's an elevator? Oh, fancy that. What's in the elevator? Oh, it's an elevator. Does it go down or up? Oh, interesting. Stanley! That was lovely.
At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
Can I be completely honest? I've forgotten this entire time that I could crouch.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
It would.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
That is the question.
Questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
The bucket's just minding his own business, and Stanley's there just like, no! What the fuck is going on? And the bucket's just like, I don't know, man, leave me alone.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
This is so stupid.
But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds. Silly, silly birds. The control buttons became active again. Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade. to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
What? Okay. I don't know what had, tempted me into pressing on. But in my head, the reality was that if I clicked off, that me and the bucket would be free and live the rest of our lives, blah blah blah. But was it the bucket's influence that convinced me to press on instead of off? I don't know. We can merely speculate at this time. Or maybe, just maybe, we can find out more in the next episode. But for now, thank you everybody so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. And as always, I will see you in the next episode of the Stanley Parable.
Until next time, Madhouse.